host of the Independent Wrestling Network.
I hope everyone's having a good time here tonight at the boxing in Rio Rancho.
There we go.
Be sure to watch wrestling every other Friday at 8 o'clock on Channel 27.
That's right. You know, this man here once pinned Big John Studd. This man right here.
Yep. I also beat Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant.
All in one night.
All in one night.
And even body slammed Jim Bagshaw.
Timekeeper and knockout counters are Jawan Marlowe and Melissa Sight. Your man in charge of the fight tonight, Rocky Bird.
Boxing fans, it's time for the main event, and you see now entering or heading towards the ring the man who defeated Sean McCLAIN in their last meeting, ALON SURRAT, out of Forest City, South Carolina. ALON is a veteran of 30 professional fights, a journeyman fighter, but he feels he's the true heavyweight, and he wants to prove that the first meeting was not a fluke, that he is the better of the two fighters, so he comes into Sean McCLAIN's own backyard here to face him. And now here comes the former IBC Cruiserweight Champion of the world, the hard-punching Sean McCLAIN, who has now grown into a full-fledged heavyweight. He'll be coming into the ring at about 220 pounds. And you can see him glaring over at ALON SURRAT. This is something that means a lot to Sean McCLAIN. He did not want to go out with a loss, especially against someone he felt he was the better fighter that night. He was ahead on all scorecards until ALON SURRAT was able to stop Sean McCLAIN midway through that bout. So we now await the ring announcer as Sean McCLAIN climbs through the ropes now and faces ALON SURRAT for the second time. And it's been a few years since, and the two glaring at each other, a lot of bad blood, a lot of innuendo and bad feelings exchanged. This is going to be a war, I can just about guarantee it. The last one was great. Right now, let's go up to the ring. So the two face-to-face now. Finally, the rematch does happen, and it happens here in Rio Rancho, New Mexico, the home of Sean McCLAIN. McCLAIN, weighing in at 223, will be outweighed by his opponent, ALON SURRAT, 246 pounds, a 23-pound weight advantage for South Carolina's ALON SURRAT. We're just about ready to go with the first bell here, scheduled for 8. This is our main event. Referee Rocky Burke now checking with the judges. Professional boxing coming to you from Blades Ice-o-Plex here in Rio Rancho. Round one underway. Sean McCLAIN in the blue trunks, ALON SURRAT in the black trunks. Sean McCLAIN, 6'1". His opponent, ALON SURRAT, 5'9", 246 pounds. Not your typical build for a professional boxer, but a veteran of 30 pro fights. And he does have the psychological edge with the technical knockout win in their first meeting. Sean McCLAIN, the former champion of the world, International Boxing Council version at the cruiserweight division. And now McCLAIN leads in with a right hand to the body, comes back with a left to the head. Uppercut, right-left combination. Here goes Sean McCLAIN. The war is underway. McCLAIN digs a body shot now to the left hand. SURRAT just bulls his way forward. And SURRAT now holding the left hand of McCLAIN. McCLAIN continues to work with the right hand. Two guys working. Oh, there's an uppercut by ALON SURRAT as referee Rocky Burke breaks the two. So we're picking up right where we left off now. Sean McCLAIN digging body shots. He wants to end this one early. McCLAIN just ripping to the body of ALON SURRAT. SURRAT covering with his gloves, covering his head, leaving his body open. McCLAIN digging, and now SURRAT bulls McCLAIN against the ropes. McCLAIN with a left hand now that kind of shakes up SURRAT a little bit. McCLAIN slips out nicely out of the corner, comes back with an uppercut now. SURRAT answers with a right hand. This is everything it was advertised. Just like the first match. Again, McCLAIN digging with a left hand to the body, a right hand to the body now. Missing with that uppercut. There's a left to the ear of SURRAT. SURRAT with a rock-solid chin. He ate bombs like this all night in the first match against McCLAIN. Went nowhere. He was wobbled but never went down until he was able to start landing his bombs and eventually stopping McCLAIN. Again, McCLAIN with the left hand to the body. Sean McCLAIN again with both hands working now. Landing some heavy leather against ALON SURRAT. SURRAT with a left hook now. Comes back with a body shot uppercut by SURRAT. Hard to imagine these two going the distance at this pace. McCLAIN now standing straight up, throwing the left hand to the head. Getting right around the gloves. There's a right counter shot now by Sean McCLAIN. And digs a right hand to the body, but SURRAT just moves forward. Oh, a big right hand by SURRAT. A warning now from referee Rocky Burke, but SURRAT landed a big shot to McCLAIN, and McCLAIN took it well. Almost at the end of round one. Don't go anywhere. This is a war. What an opening round here at Blades Ice-o-Plex. This crowd is stunned. The action non-stop from beginning to end of that first round. Sean McCLAIN landing some monster shots to ALON SURRAT. Not knocking him down, but it had to take its toll on SURRAT. Sean McCLAIN with a reputation of the big puncher. 20 knockouts in his 21 wins. He has some heavy, heavy hands, and he let the cannons fire. SURRAT took it all. We'll see what happens here as round two gets underway. McCLAIN again going to the head. Now SURRAT with a right hand to the head. McCLAIN keeps on the attack. Sean McCLAIN not letting up. Digs a left hand to the body again. And now SURRAT with a left hand to the body comes back with a right to the head. Another right to the head of Sean McCLAIN. SURRAT now with a right hand and an uppercut as his left hand was being held. He keeps working with the right, and now a warning for a rabbit punch comes from referee Rocky Burke. McCLAIN now steps back a little bit and starts to throw some straight rights and lefts. There's an overhand right just grazing by ALON SURRAT. The two guys tangled up on the inside now. Oh, SURRAT with a body shot comes back with that uppercut. Oh, and there's a right hand to McCLAIN. And another right hand to the chin of Sean McCLAIN. McCLAIN now just holding tight on the inside there with ALON SURRAT as they now step out. McCLAIN gets some punching room. Right hand by SURRAT. And ALON SURRAT using that 246 pounds to just bull forward. pushing McCLAIN back, and now McCLAIN with a nice move steps out. Here's some nice combinations now by Sean McCLAIN. The New Mexican banger bombing away here on the head of ALON SURRAT. McCLAIN doing a nice job of going downstairs and upstairs, mixing his punches well. Both guys burning up a lot of energy early in this one. There's an uppercut by SURRAT. And the left hand to the head. It bounces off the head of ALON SURRAT. There's a right hand now. SURRAT kind of wobbling, leaning back against the ropes. Now he comes forward. McCLAIN stepping out, keeping that punching room. Comes back with a right, left. Uppercut misses by SURRAT. There's an uppercut that lands. A little one. Oh, and McCLAIN with a big uppercut on the inside as these two guys trade uppercuts. Non-stop, toe-to-toe action here on the 8-count boxing hour. And now the mouthpiece of ALON SURRAT comes flying out as McCLAIN landed a shot, and SURRAT loses mouthpiece, and he lets out a war whoop. And McCLAIN in the neutral corner waiting for some more here. What a matchup. ALON SURRAT, Sean McCLAIN. SURRAT with the 23-pound weight advantage. SURRAT again with that right to the body uppercut. Oh, a big right by SURRAT. And he just misses with another big right hand. McCLAIN now with a left hand like a whip. Just cracks that whip and smacks the left hand against the chin of SURRAT. There's a left hand by ALON SURRAT and another left hand. The head of McCLAIN bounces back. Sean McCLAIN up against the ropes now. SURRAT with a body shot right hand. At the bell. Oh, a left hand after the bell. So two fast-paced, action-packed rounds. McCLAIN doing some heavy, heavy damage in that first round. ALON SURRAT starting to get a little bit busier, land some more monstrous shots in that second round. We get underway now with round 3. Both guys tangled up in close. You can expect a lot of uppercuts when they're inside like this. McCLAIN seems to do better when he steps back a little bit, gets a little bit of space between himself and his opponent. Oh, nice body shot to the stomach of SURRAT. McCLAIN has done a nice job of mixing his punches here, not going head hunting. He's been digging down to the body a little bit, and that may pay dividends later on. Meanwhile, the almost seemingly invincible ALON SURRAT continues to march forward. Left hand by SURRAT. Oh, McCLAIN with a big right hand just grazing. Sean McCLAIN with 20 knockouts in his 21 victories. The former IBC Cruiserweight World Champion. A man who was set to fight Tommy Hearns. And after the contract was signed and the deal was done, Hearns backing out on that one, paying a fee to just get out of the fight, and the two never met. Oh, how McCLAIN wishes he could have faced Tommy Hearns. But in the meantime, he's taking on ALON SURRAT, looking to extract some revenge against his 246-pound opponent out of Forest City, South Carolina. SURRAT now doing a nice job of staying close. He wants to keep close, just stick his head right into the chest of McCLAIN. Meanwhile, McCLAIN with some left hands now. A series of 5 lefts in a row, connecting to the ear of ALON SURRAT. There's a right hand by McCLAIN. SURRAT needing to answer back now, comes back with a couple of shots. Oh, and there's a little right hand that sneaks in by SURRAT. Oh, and McCLAIN with a left hand that bounces off the jaw of SURRAT. In their first matchup, Sean McCLAIN seemed to have the edge, had everything going his way. Seemed to either run out of gas, or maybe they say that Sean had suffered a rib injury in the fight previous to his meeting with SURRAT, and that came back to haunt him. But right now, McCLAIN doing a nice job. Stepping back as he connects, keeping that distance. And now Surrate gets close. And here comes McCLAIN again with a body shot, a right to the head. McCLAIN can, a big right hand by Sean McCLAIN at the bell. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. We head into fourth round action here. It just doesn't seem possible this one can go the full 8, but both guys are here. Neither man's been down. Lots of leather flying in this one. Neither fighter shy about throwing bombs here. And both guys seem conditioned enough to take the shots. Surrate leapt in with that left hand. McCLAIN now trying to, and there's an uppercut by Surrate. McCLAIN answers back. The two tangling up now, a little wrestling on the inside here. McCLAIN working with that free right hand. Here's a little slap to the face. And a right hand by McCLAIN again. Surrate now tries to throw a combination, but not effective in that exchange. McCLAIN early going to the body. Seems now to be heading a little bit more to the head. He needs to get back to that body attack. ALON SURRAT trying that uppercut from way outside. A nice 1-2 body shot uppercut combination by Surrate. And McCLAIN steps out and starts sticking out that left hand. A right hand by Surrate. Didn't catch him flush. Again, 2 right hands now to the chin of McCLAIN. Again, now McCLAIN with his mouth open, taking a deep breath, maybe showing signs of needing to catch that second wind right here. This is the dangerous area where he was in the first fight. Let's see if he can get through it. Sean McCLAIN scoring effectively here in the opening rounds. But now the pace slowing down just a hair. A little bit of loose tape on the left glove of Sean McCLAIN. There's a right hand by Surrate now, who continues to push forward now. And this is what ALON SURRAT has been waiting for. He wanted to let McCLAIN burn out a little bit and then open up himself. McCLAIN just pushing off the 240-pounder. Back against the ropes now. Sean McCLAIN probably doesn't want to be there. Pushes his way out again. There's a little left hand. And the hand speed starting to slow down from these two. They burned up a lot of energy in those opening rounds. And now a nice combination by Surrate. McCLAIN slowing down now. It's been a good round for ALON SURRAT. Just about coming to the end of the fourth one. This fight is half over. Stick with us. Heading into round 5 now from the Blades Ice-o-Plex hockey arena here in Rio Rancho, New Mexico. The first professional first professional sporting event of any kind here in the city of Rio Rancho, as far as we know. Sean McCLAIN in the rematch against ALON SURRAT. Surrate scoring the 5th round TKO in that first meeting. And right now it's Sean McCLAIN with a good opening in this one. A very powerful display in the first couple of rounds, slowing down a little bit in that last round, but here we go again. Surrate duck. A left hand to the chin of McCLAIN by Surrate. And the lull in the action, Rocky Burke picks up the mouthpiece, which fell out of the mouth of ALON SURRAT now for the second time, losing his mouthpiece. And if this continues, Rocky Burke's going to have to take away a point. Surrate getting a little bit of a breather here in this one by losing his mouthpiece. McCLAIN starting to heat things up again, just as that the mouthpiece coming out of the mouth of ALON SURRAT kind of breaks up the momentum. Now here comes ALON SURRAT now, bulling his way forward again. 5'9", ALON SURRAT. the human wrecking ball out of South Carolina. Told us he did it once and he'll do it again. And he says he's in better condition stamina-wise for this one than he was the first time around, so we'll see. We talked to him a little bit before the fight. Very confident. Heavyweights here on the 8-Count Boxing Hour. We hope you're enjoying it. Dan Cisneros at ringside here at Blades Ice-o-Plex in Rio Rancho. Lenny Fresquez Productions, Rising Stars Boxing, and right now Sean McCLAIN doing some damage. There's a going back to the body now, scoring well. Ooh, and a right hand splits the gloves, continuing with a series of right hands. The former world champ, Sean McCLAIN, now banging away on the head of Surrate. Surrate now looking a little bit shaky here. There's another left hand to the body now. Right hand. Surrate covering up well to the head. He sneaks in a right hand counter shot. McCLAIN very aware of burning out. He knows what happened in their first meeting. He's got to be smart and pace himself a little bit in this one. Oh, a right hand bangs off the head of McCLAIN by Surrate. Alon the Tank Surrate bullying forward here against Sean McCLAIN. He has absorbed a lot of punishment, dishing out a little bit as well, but his stamina is what he's counting on. Keeping his gloves up high now, letting McCLAIN throw his shots. McCLAIN again sneaking a right hand in. Left rights to the body now. Oh, and a right counter by Surrate. Another right hand at the bell. Stick with us. That was not the bell. The two heard the signal for the 10 seconds and they stopped fighting. Now the bell. What a battle, what a matchup. Stick with us. Round 6 now underway, scheduled for 8. Getting into the deep water here. Alon Surrate with the black trunks. Going to work now on Sean McCLAIN in the blue trunks with his back to the ropes. This is where Surrate wants him now. Let's see what he can do with it. McCLAIN needs to slip out here, and referee Rocky Burke breaks the two. Oh, and another uppercut, straightening up the head of Sean McCLAIN. There's a double left hand now by Surrate, starting to score on McCLAIN. Sean threw a lot of punches in that 5th round. See if he takes a breather here. Surrate now ducking his head and just digging in. Forcing McCLAIN back. McCLAIN now pushes Surrate off. And he starts to punch a little bit here. The pace slowing just a hair here in that 6th round. The 5th round was wild. The 6th round, and this is the round that a few of the fans here at ringside were predicting that Sean would score the knockout. We'll see if it happens. We talked to a few of the folks here, and 4 of the 5 people we talked to predicted Sean McCLAIN by knockout in the 6th round, so let's see if he can make it happen. Right now it's Alon Surrate bullying forward. Oh, and a big right hand snaps the head back of McCLAIN. The two guys just kind of wrestling around now. Surrate again with the right hand to the body. Now McCLAIN slipping in that left hand, throws a little elbow shot with that right. The other side of the referee, he was shielded. Oh, and there's another left hand. A right hand by McCLAIN. Nice work now by Sean McCLAIN. But and Surrate with a right hand of his own. McCLAIN now steps out. Surrate being the aggressor here in this round. Digs with a little uppercut to the body. Just bullying himself forward. This is the pace he likes. Oh, a right hand by McCLAIN. Left hand by McCLAIN now. Sean McCLAIN mixes it up, going to the body, comes back upstairs now. Both men have thrown a lot of uppercuts in this one. Working well for both fighters. The crowd is alive here at Blades Ice-o-Plex. There's the 10-second tapper. So a slower round. ALON SURRAT pulling forward. There's an uppercut by SURRAT. McCLAIN answers back. We're heading for the bell. Stick with us. We now move to round 8. So what a battle here. Things slowing down a little bit in that 6th and 7th round, but we're in the 8th and final round. A good matchup, just like we thought. A lot of us did not think we would be here for this 8th round, and now the crowd chanting, Sean, Sean. Mixed in with a little bit of Alon, Alon. So the crowd, though, behind Sean McCLAIN here in Rio Rancho. McCLAIN got off to a blazing start. Things kind of slowed down a little bit into the later rounds now. It's 8th and final round. Neither fighter can afford to take chances here. It's been a slugfest throughout. And now McCLAIN just sticking some nice little scoring shots in there. Oh, SURRAT just missed with a right-hand counter. McCLAIN doing his best work, like right there when he steps out, and there he goes. He lets his hands go when he gets that little bit of space between the two, and now SURRAT tries to answer back. There's some body shots by SURRAT. Right hand now by Sean McCLAIN. SURRAT with a little left to the head. And McCLAIN, nice job of slipping out there as SURRAT tried to pin him into the corner. McCLAIN now throwing some nice straight shots, tries to slip in a little kind of an uppercut there. Ooh, a left hand to the head of SURRAT. SURRAT answers right back. Missing with the uppercut is ALON SURRAT. McCLAIN with a left hand to the jaw of SURRAT. Both fighters taking their opponent's shots. Neither guy has gone down. Neither guy has really been wobbled in this one. Just absorbing punishment. Two determined fighters. McCLAIN looking to prove his point that the first fight was a fluke, and SURRAT wants to prove that he's the better man. Both fighters now trading shots to the body. McCLAIN now with a nice combination of the head. There's a right to the jaw of McCLAIN. And Sean answers back with 2-3 shots. Continuing to punch. Sean McCLAIN now has SURRAT up against the ropes. The crowd's going crazy here. Two guys just exchanging, giving it all they've got, leaving nothing in the ring here as this round 8, final round, winding down. Tremendous action in this one. Sean McCLAIN now, oh, a big uppercut by SURRAT. Looking for the knockout here. McCLAIN standing right in there, throwing some little left hands. There's the 10-second tapper. There will be no knockout in this one. Oh, and SURRAT lands a left hand. Another left hand by SURRAT. At the bell, McCLAIN continues. Here we go. Rocky Burke, the referee, jumps in to separate the two. Tremendous action. So this one's going to go to the hands of the 3 judges. Larry Chavez, Stan Gallup, and Vicky Uhlenbrock will decide this one. Stay tuned. We'll come back with a decision. The crowd just eating it up here.